Nityanam. I'm talking to all of you from this very beautiful home temple of Swamiji in Bangalore. We can start by having darshan of the deities Nityanandeshwara Sadashiva, Nityanandeshwari Adishakti, and Gurumurti himself. I have been talking to you about the various aspects of raising the collective consciousness on the planet Earth by learning the right science of procreation. In today's video, I would like to share yet another groundbreaking, life transforming yogic power. We all have heard of many yogis who have lived for innumerable number of years without food and water. Would you believe me if I were to say that this possibility exists on a very large scale for ordinary human beings like us who don't really have to practice any intense tapas like all the other yogis have been doing? It has happened to thousands of us by a single touch and initiation and the practice of a very, very beautiful meditation technique by our master Swamiji. This is the practice of Nirahara Samyama. Nirahara Samyama is way beyond fasting, feasting, and starving. It is about you reclaiming your existing innate potential of harnessing the sunlight, the air, and creating energy to run your life. As per the Agamas, Sadashiva defines what is food. He says, for a human being, he has the capacity to generate the energy to run his life just by being in contact with nature, walking barefoot on the ground, taking bath in huge water bodies which are at least 100 times the volume of the blood that is flowing in his body, and by increasing the prana by various pranayama techniques. Beyond that, if there is something that you need to take in to sustain the energy to run your life, that is what is called food. Now, if we have to keep in tune with the definition as given by Sadashiva, imagine the kind of abusal that we are doing to our body by dumping in food for no reason, absolutely. That is because we have lost out on that innate potential of harnessing the energy that we need from the natural sources without consuming food in the various forms, solid and liquid. Nirahara Samyama is a very, very beautiful um, initiation that has been given to Swamiji's devotees world over. All of us have practiced it. Basically, it is about not taking in any kind of a solid food. We fill ourselves with liquids. There should not be any chewing or masticatory movements. It is not about saving money for the world by not eating, but it is about living that yogic power. As a side effect of Nirahara Samyama, we have all experienced great health. You will be shocked to know that people have had a very high rise in the levels of vitamin B12, iron, hemoglobin after practicing Nirahara Samyama, and vitamin D levels as well. We did a very beautiful scientific research study where participants from the age group of 18 to 65 years of age who practiced the Samyama were enrolled for the study and their blood checkups were done. People who had lived insulin dependent diabetes for many years walked out of diabetes. People who are battling problems of hypercholesterolemia, hypothyroidism, and hyperlipidemia were completely cured of their illnesses. It is common sense to believe that if you're not eating food, you would be fatigued. You would not have energy to run your life. I personally did this 21-day Nirahara Samyama process where my energy levels were boundless. I myself was shocked and surprised because pre Nirahara Samyama, my hemoglobin levels were low, and after I finished the Nirahara Samyama, my hemoglobin levels went up. Now, this is not as a result of hemoconcentration because it was established with a positive rise in the hematocrit levels as well. And this is of one of my own personal experiences. Innumerable are the people who had miraculous health recoveries, anti-aging, as documented by raised amount of telomerase enzymes levels in the blood, and much, much more following the practice of Nirahara Samyama. Nirahara Samyama is itself a very, very beautiful detoxification process for the body. Now, this is again aimed at improving the internal physical melee for prospective parents and given as one of the practices for conscious conception. They practice a simple meditation technique where they can connect to nature and generate energy for their life beyond the need for solid food. They consume only light liquids during this 21-day period, which has breaks at regular intervals. Now, food and our patterns are very strongly connected. In a country like India, food can be equated to love. The more you love, the more you feed. Any kind of a celebration is never complete without partaking and giving food to others. All the food related patterns is what we break when we practice the Nirahara Samyama. The greed, the fear, the so called attention need and love, these kind of patterns are strongly rooted with food itself. After the practice of Nirahara Samyama, you become a person who's not bound by your food cravings. You eat when you eat, but you're never bound to be eating 3 or 4 meals a day. Your eating patterns related to your moods. When you're either too low, you tend to eat more, or when you're high, you tend to eat more. All of this is adding more and more toxic baggage to the internal physical melee, and also one of the reasons for the chronic lifestyle disorders that we are all facing. I recommend you all to visit the website befoodfree.org to find for yourself the miraculous health recovery testimonials as shared by many of the participants. And this is, as I said, one of the practices that the conscious conception participants enroll themselves into. Keep tuned for more exciting information. Thank you, Nityananda.